Hello, it's Cassie. Sorry, the camera's shaking a little bit. It's gonna stop any second here. We are on day 19. Oh my goodness. Um, the Crafter's Companion Advent Die Calendar. We're on day 19. I'm so excited. Getting close to the end here, and I've had so much fun doing this. And we've got just a little square today, so it's going to be some kind of small image. At this point, I have no clue. I mean, it really could be anything. I have been pretty surprised, and look at it's like falling apart because I've got through almost all the windows now. But I've been so surprised with what I've got so far that is this what I think it is? What? It is. It's a mug of beer, right? That's what it has to be. It's a mug of beer. That is fantastic. Oh my goodness. How funny. See, I would never in 100 million years guess that I would get a mug of beer as a die in this set. I think on my last night, or maybe after, I'll do one right after. I'll show all the dies and the projects that we made out of them because this is really interesting. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, okay. All right. This is going to be super fun. I have a mug of beer. This is awesome. Good job, Crafter's Companion. This is fun. All right, here's what I'm thinking. I am thinking it's pretty small. You know what? Let's cut it out. Let's cut it out and see what it looks like. That sometimes gives me some inspiration. So let's just see what we have when it's cut out. I don't know why, but for some reason I can come up with ideas and sort of visualize a little bit better when I see it in the flesh, in the paper, as it were. So let's just give it a cut. All right, let's see how we are. This is awesome. You know, if you don't drink beer, or if you didn't want to use it for that, you could do, like a root beer float, or, something else. Yeah, but it's pretty much a mug of beer. Okay. I'm trying to think outside the box a little bit. What else could you use it for? This is so cool. I love this. I have never seen a mug of beer die. Have you? Have you ever seen a mug of beer die? Really? I mean, I would love to hear about that if you did. So I'm undecided what we're going to do yet. I was not dreaming of this ever. This is so cool. I love the design. It's a very, very cool design. I'm thinking also that we're going to do some amplify in the foamy part, and foam it up. Yep, I do have plans here. I'm picturing what it's going to look like. Sorry, I just need a second because I was not prepared for a mug of beer. Okay. First things first, let's do an ATC card. What do you think? We haven't done one of those in a while. We've done tags and cards mostly. Did one or two maybe ATC cards. Can't remember how many, but not that many. I have this set. This is a Finavera, I think Finavera Prima at least set. And it's just got a bunch of ATC size cards in them. And even, when it's empty, you can use the box. I mean, a lot of people decorate the box and paint it up and use it for something else, or put your ATC cards back in it if they'll fit once they're all decorated for storage. But these are nice little books. But I'm thinking that a black one would be fun. Yep, sorry. Just trying to decide what direction we're going to go. I could also do craft. I'm thinking about that too. Wow, a mug of beer. I'm so excited. I'm just kind of thrown off my game a little bit because I just wasn't expecting this, but I love it. I totally love it. I think this is really cool. Part of me is leaning toward this only because I'm thinking I can, I would like to maybe put some cool pattern on this background and then put this on top of it, you know, and maybe a little sentiment or word. I have like sticker words we could use, and then have that pattern come through the slits here, and then put like white foam here for the, that's where my head is going right now. And so I feel like the craft would be better for that because I do want it to be actually beer, right? So let's just go with that because I think that makes some good sense to me, and I'm digging that. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I just need one more minute here. So what are we gonna do for the background? Oh, you know what would be cool? Remember that background I was gonna use the other night from Brutus Monroe and Unity? This funky one. What is it called? Spilled Paint. What if I just did part of that over this background, right? So I pick my spot, maybe like right here, get all that swirl in there, right? And have that. And then I'm thinking, and then maybe some embossing, some spraying over it or something. I'm thinking like embossing the whole thing with my vintage beeswax. Here we go. Let's see. I think we might be onto something. So my Baked Texture from Seth Apter and Emerald Creek. Yeah, this is cool. I'm excited. I'm just trying to think of all the bits that need to come together to make this. What if we had a few of the walnut crystals maybe? I don't know. I'm just thinking of like adding some interesting texture or something. So let's start with this and see how it goes. I think this is going to be a good base. And I want it to be in brown, right? I lost my ink. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I got a mess over here. I gotta clean it up. But not right now. Okay. So just a moment. Do I use Pinecone? I was thinking about using the StazOn. It's a little bit lighter. Yeah, I think I'm going to. It's, 1 second. I gotta grab it because it fell on the other side. Okay, here it is. It's called, let me come back. Okay, it's called Spice Chai. And I like this color, and I think it will look really cool on here and with the overall aesthetic here. So let's just wipe this guy down. So we've got our background stamp, and I'm just gonna ink it up real good. And obviously it doesn't need to be all over because we're just doing enough to cover this little card. All right, I think I like this spot right here. Let's see how that looks. I'm gonna get a scrap of paper to put over the top, hold it down, so I can get really good coverage and not, you know, get a mess on my fingers. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that kind of looks like wood grainish, kind of. That's super pretty. I'm loving that. Okay, let's wipe this off real quick. This stamp is so cool. I could think of like 50 different things to use this for. I'm so glad I got it. It's a good team there. Brutus Monroe and Unity. It's a good team for sure. Okay. See, so now when this goes on, it's going to have some of those patterns through there. You know, I can decide where it goes. And I think that's going to be really cool. And then we'll find a cool sentiment. We'll just keep it nice and simple. I like this. Okay, putting that guy over here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do to him yet. I think I am going to emboss him before I lay him into this. But I also think I'm going to do some of this baked texture and then maybe set this in and then like reheat it so it kind of like sinks down into it. I don't know. You'll see what I mean. That's my vision. I don't know how that's going to work out just yet, but that's the plan I have in mind. We'll see if I can pull it off here. But what color? You know, this whole thing is going to be white. I'm even going to cover that border probably, maybe. But what color should this part be? Think about that. Let's think about that while we're doing other stuff here. Okay, so I'm going to do just a little bit of the walnut crystal technique that we've done before, just to add a little bit extra. I think that'll be really nice. So we're just going to take some walnut ink crystals, just a few, because I don't want it to be super dark, and I don't want a ton of this on there. I just want enough to do something. Okay, and then I'm going to use fireworks spray in desert sand. And I think I'm going to need to get more of this because I'm almost out, because I do this a lot. It's so pretty. Okay, then we're just going to spray. Oh, that was weird. Okay, pretty. So this is going to help those crystals move around a little bit. I don't see them moving just yet, which is interesting. We're going to spray it with water too a little bit. There we go. I also like the way that the fireworks spray has that shimmer in it too. That's really pretty. I just want to move that stuff around a little bit more. I want a little more lines and sort of movement in it. Okay. All right, let's see what... I think I'm okay. I don't want it to get too dark, and I want to still see all those swirls in there. So let's dry this up real quick and see what we have. Well, they really didn't move around too much, did they? Not as much as normal. Let's see, is it dry? Yeah, it's getting there. I like it though. I like the dots. It adds just the right amount of texture and sort of distress to it. Okay, so let's keep moving. Gosh, that pattern is so cool. I love it. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go right into the baked texture. So let's get another piece of paper under here. Here we go. Okay. And I'm gonna get the Versamark. Get some of that out too, right as well. So we've got the Versamark ink pad. And I'm just gonna cover the whole thing. Okay. I think that's probably pretty good. And put the baked texture on here. It's really thick, so you don't need a ton. It's so nice. It's one of my favorites, I think. Okay. This is going to be good. I can already tell. Okay, my voice is getting a little weird because it's late and I'm tired and it's been a long week already. But that's what you get the week before Christmas, right? It just gets super busy. It seems like all of a sudden. Not even just Christmas stuff, just a little bit of everything. So, but that's good. It's all good stuff. All wonderful stuff, really. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do, I might do a second coat, so I want to be ready for it. I want to have this open and ready to go. So I'm gonna keep it over here. I really don't want to spill it. I'm really good at spilling things, like a pro actually. So we're gonna keep it off to the side a little bit. See what we get. Wow. It's getting really hot. Can you see that? It turns milky. Let's see. That's interesting. Wow. That is very cool. Let's see if you can see it. It's probably looks shiny to you. I'm trying to show you underneath the shine. It just looks very vintagey. I think we're gonna do one more coat, but I'm also going to stamp into it to give it a little bit more texture. I think that's gonna look really cool. And I'm just trying to decide what I'm gonna do here. I just want to get just a texture stamp, and I'm looking, if you watched a different, I don't know, a couple days ago I think it was, I showed my stash of just texture stamps that I use for stuff like this. So that's what I'm looking through right now, if you can remember that, if you saw it before. But if you didn't, it's just a little bucket of stamps that are small. Some have sayings, some are just different texture type things. I think one of these are going to be the best. Yeah, okay. I just want some interesting stuff going on here. What if I use this guy? Put him there. And maybe some dots. Maybe I'll do both of those. What do you think? All right. So the thing is with these is that they're old and they don't stick very well. So I'm going to spritz a little water onto my base here. And I think I'm going to do the circles first. The water helps it stick a little bit better. These older acrylic clear stamps that just don't want to stick as well. So that's a good tip for you. I'm going to do both because I think this one kind of reminds me of like corrugated cardboard. So I was thinking I might do that like up here. Looks kind of cool up here, I think. Sort of distressy. And then I thought I would start with this one and just do like up here and down here, and then do that over there. Yeah. And then I'm going to put the this guy over the top. And then we'll find a sentiment and then we'll be done. Okay, so because it's all nice and cool now, I am going to do Versamark over it one more time. You can also, if you keep it hot right away, you can just pour more embossing powder over top of it, and that works too for some situations. But we've already let it cool quite a bit, so we're just going to start over. You can always put more Versamark on top and redo it, and it doesn't need to be everywhere exactly. It just in the main area. The thicker it is, 2 coats is plenty for this stuff, because this stuff is really thick and chunky and I love it. The thicker it is, you know, the greater the impression you're going to get out of the whatever you stamp into it. So the other rule about stamping into heated embossing powder, and I do have another video on this that you could watch if you want to see the whole process, but this is going to be a shortened version of it. Same thing. You want to make sure that your stamp is hit with Versamark. Even if it sits for a little while and it kind of dries a little bit, it just gives it a protective barrier between the melted plastic, which is the embossing powder, and your stamp. Okay, so it protects it and it helps lift it off of that surface a little bit easier. So that's just one little tip for you. Okay, so now we're gonna heat this again. So I'm gonna tell you real quick what we're doing, and then I'm gonna just do it really fast, okay? So I'm gonna heat this, and then when it gets to a point where I'm happy, I'm going to heat the area that I want to stamp. So I'm starting with the circles, so I'm gonna be over here and down here, okay? So I'm gonna heat this area and this area, probably just one at a time. I'm gonna heat the area, and then I'm gonna stamp into it and hold it down for a second, and then lift, okay? And you'll get an impression. And then I'll flip it over and I'll heat this area and do the same thing. The reason that you don't wanna do it all at once is because once you make the impression, if you're going back in with the gun in the same area, it's just gonna remelt that embossing powder where you just made an impression. So if you don't like your impression, you could always reheat it, try again. So you can never really screw it up, right? But if you like your impression, you want to keep it, then you need to keep this heat gun away from that area, or else it's going to melt it again, if that makes sense. You'll see here as we get going. I just want to give you a little a little background, and so you know why I'm doing it the way I do it. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to work left-handed since I'm going to end up that way anyway. And I'm going to start, I'm going to start in the area that I want to, yeah, I am. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now I'm pressing down really hard so that I get a good deep impression. Now you only get as deep as impression as you have thickness of embossing powder, right? So if you want a really good deep impression, even with this is like an ultra thick embossing powder, even with an ultra thick, you would want at least 3 or 4 layers. We've got 2 here, and that's okay, because I'm still gonna get some good impression here. Now you might not be able to see it that well. Actually, close up you can. There, can you see it? It's turned out really nice, actually. When we're done with this, we're gonna go over it with some pigment, and then it's gonna settle down in there, and then you're gonna see it a lot better. So just bear with me. This is just the first step of the process. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this so I use the other side, and I'm just gonna do a couple more of these dots down here, okay? And then we'll do the other side. All right, here we go. And I didn't really want it straight. It's a little crooked, and you'll notice too, I don't know if you can see from up there, but in this area where that heat gun started to hit it again, those dots where I had them fully formed were starting to melt, so you can see what's happening there. And that's why I'm only melting the part I want to create the impression on at this point, because I don't want to, there we go, that's pretty. Yeah, I don't want to melt it early. Okay, so then I'm gonna get this wet one more time because we're putting a new stamp on. Now this one I've already put Versamark on, remember, and I'm only, excuse me, I'm only gonna do it once, so I think we're okay. it's not sticking super well either. These are really old stamps. So that's why they're like that. Okay, and they've been used and loved for a very long time, so. But they still do their job, and that's all that matters. Okay. All right, so I got to think about how this is going to be. So I want it to be like this. Oops, this guy just fell right off, didn't he? Yep, that's okay. Doesn't need to be perfect either, so I'm probably just going to lay that down. It's not sticking at all. Just a second. It might be too wet. Here we go. Try again. I just need enough to get it to cling. It's not clinging. Okay, well, that's okay. I'll just use it with my hands. So what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna use that to help. Yeah. So heat, stick it down, and then use that probably to press down. I think that's gonna work better to give me even coverage. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do this one corner first because I didn't get to finish it. Okay, and then let's move over here. Okay, now the trick is going to be to not hit these circles as much as possible. Okay, here we go. I think I got it okay. You want to be fairly quick with this process because embossing powder does set pretty quickly. So you can't dawdle or spend too much time. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got there. It's just a different texture. Oh yeah, that turned out nice. And again, you're going to see it a lot better. You can kind of see it now. See it a lot better when we add some pigment here. So let me clean this space off. Get rid of this guy. Ah, I like that texture. That's pretty cool. It reminds me of corrugated cardboard. That's why I picked it. Okay, so now it's like, I can't really see anything. Not that exciting or cool, right? It's gonna be. Trust me. Here we go. So now I need to decide what is gonna go over it. I am kind of loving this stuff. The mica mist is really cool. So I think we're going to do that because it's going to give me some shimmer. It's going to give me a little bit more color. And it's pretty cool. Let's just see what we get. If we don't like it, we can wipe it off. Oops, what's that? What is that? Okay. Oh, you're not going to spray for me, are you? Okay, this sprayer, I apparently didn't clean it very well, so that's totally unlike me. Yeah, I do the best I can, but I'm kind of a messy crafter, I'm not gonna lie here. Okay, seriously, come on. I just need one brush to work. 1 second, I'm gonna find a brush that works here. Okay, this one should be good. All right, so I'm just going to dip and put it on here and see what we get. Now remember, this is embossing powder, so it's going to resist most stuff, but pigment will eventually settle in the cracks and dry. That's interesting. This stuff is not really settling in the cracks at all. I wonder if it's just because it's mostly mica powder and water. It's really beating up a lot more than I was expecting. Let's see if I add some water to it, if it will settle. No, it just kind of hangs out and beads up. So maybe we're not going to use that because that's not working as well on the embossing powder as I expected. All right, so I'm going to wipe this off. Try again. Ooh, look at what's left over. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That gold is so pretty. Well, we did get a little something out of that. Wow, okay. How unexpected, huh? Wow, look at it. That's pretty. That's not at all what I was expecting. But man, that's pretty. Okay. I really want, let's see. Let me just quickly look at my stash here. Let's see what I've got. Yeah, no, that's not what I want either. Okay. Ooh, I know. Walnut spray to the rescue. Do we want walnut or Java? I think we want walnut. Let's see, that's super dark, but watch, okay? We'll just do 2 squirts. And then we'll put water and move it around. That's gorgeous. Oh, come on, right there. I want you to go right there. Thank you. Yep, you just need to add more water so you can tell it where to go. And it's mixing with that gold now. That is quite lovely. That is pretty much perfect. That's what I wanted. Now, the hard part, it's dripping on me, is going to be to let it dry. I wonder if I can't really heat set it. I'm going to try a little bit. But the more heat you put on there, the more that's going to go away, right? And we definitely don't want that. Well, this is as hot as the other one, but I can already tell it's starting to affect those pieces. So we're not going to use that anymore. We can work on the other piece. I just want some of this over here. Yeah, I love the way what's happening over there. Okay, this is turning out really nice. If it dries with some of that darkness, I'm going to be really pleased. Okay, I'm just going to put that guy over there because I need him to dry on his own a little bit. We can't really heat set that guy. Okay, so now let's work on the mug o' beer. All right, I'm just going to have this down. Okay, what are we going to do with this guy? He is going to have, so I still have the insert from this, and I kept it on purpose because I was wondering if I might want to use it. I was thinking that it would be pretty cool to put the insert in and do the amplify on that, okay? Or just do the amplify and then like put it together at the end so that we still have that border, because I like that border being separate and just like a frame for it. And then do something with this mug. Maybe like, maybe spray it with a light brown and put like clear embossing on it or something. Or, oh, no. Okay. Hold on. I just had a wonderful idea. Just a minute. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm having lots of ideas. What if we do this? What if we just put gold right here and then clear on the top part so it's protected? Oh, no. White. We have white. I never use white. Okay, there we go. That's what we're doing. I made a decision. There we go. So real quick, I'm gonna put the white on. I gotta shake it up. I don't know the last time I used the white one. This can be beautiful. Okay, here we go. So this is Pico Embellisher. Both of these are. They're super fantastic. They are from Imagine, and they all have the needlepoint tip, and so you can get really fine, precise application. And okay, this guy, like I said, never used him or haven't in a long time. So let's see. Maybe he still has a thing in here. Nope. It just needs to be worked out. Let's see what we get. Oh, come on. Just work for me, please. You're gonna be difficult. Okay, well, I can do it with a brush too. I don't know why he's being difficult. You know, I think I have used him before. Based on that tip there. Looks like it's been used here or there. I just forgot. Okay, we're gonna use a really fine brush. This is another way that you can use it. So I've just got a pointy tip brush here, and I'm gonna dip it in. This is actually how I usually use the Pico. Let's just mix this up a little bit. Okay, that's cool. And this really is just going to provide a nice barrier so that it's not going to hold any other color. It will kind of resist other color, and it gives it a little bit of dimension right there. So I'm just going around the edge here to make sure, you know, it looks kind of realistic there. There we go. So we've got the white. All right. Might need a new tip for that guy. And then the gold. I think the gold's going to look good on the mug. It'll be nice and bright against that dark brown background too. What do you think about that? I think that'll look nice. Okay, so let's bring him back over here. Just want to make sure he's got room. Okay, can you still see me? Yep. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so here we go. See, now it's coming out of the tip of this one, and you can see the precision here. And it gives you some dimension, and it dries shiny. You know, I use the black all the time, which if you've seen other videos, you've seen me do that. This is the exact same thing, just a different color. Look at that gold. That gold is perfect for this guy, for this mug. This is going to be pretty cool. How fun is this? Oh my gosh. I would never, ever have guessed a beer mug. It's so awesome. I love it. This is a really versatile set. If you think about all of the pieces we've got so far in this advent calendar, we had a little bit of everything. We had babies and weddings and birthdays and love and, you know, mother and father, all that kind of stuff. Congratulations. A beer mug. We had, ooh, remember the, oh, one of my favorites. Oh, the high-heeled shoes and the wedding rings that are also coffee beans. Yeah, so many interesting shapes here. A lot more variety than I was expecting, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and super pleased with that. So I'm going to let this dry. I like the brightness of that gold. I'm going to put this somewhere else to dry so it is out of the way. Here we go. I don't want it to get ruined. Oh, yeah, and then next we're going to work on, so don't fall. Okay. I'm going to get a different piece of paper. I just want something to work on there. And I'm going, this is the foamy part of the mug. So we're going to use Neon Amplify from Imagine as well. And white. It comes in all different colors. Lots of different colors anyway. And I've used this one quite a bit. So it's getting close to the end of its life here. Ooh. There we go. Wow. Okay. I squeezed too hard because I thought it was almost gone, and we just got a really good amount. Well, we're going to have a lot of foam. This is pretty funny. Here we go. That is a lot of foam. All right, I'm going to try to disperse it a little bit more evenly. There. That will be fun. And now, if you've never used Amplify, the magic of it is when you heat it. So this is a little piece. I don't want it to move, so I'm just going to hold it down like that. And actually, I'm going to use the embossing gun. And that is a lot of product. You don't normally use that much. So depending on how thin or thick you make it is how much puff you get. But this is really cool and it's going to look awesome on that mug. I have a very nice feeling about that. So those are our elements. So now while we're waiting for that stuff to dry and sort of set, I think we should pick some words, okay? Let's pick a word or two, or a phrase or something. Some kind of embellishment that we want to go... sorry, here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna put that up here. I just want all the pieces nice and dry and doing their thing. Here we go. Okay, checking on that brown one. So this one's about art, and I don't think we're gonna use that. Let me get a drink here real quick. Okay. All right, let's see, make your mark. Let's see, there's so many good sayings on these things. I don't know if this is the right one either, though. Warm me up, that could be good, right? The wilderness is calling. Magic and delight, warmest of wishes. Let's see. Trust in the journey. I mean, there's tons of great stuff here. Okay, let's see what we have here. Do more than just exist. Nice. Adventure awaits. That could be good. I could see that being a good one. Life is short. See possibility everywhere. Go anywhere into the unknown. Go somewhere, go anywhere. That'd be cool. Let's see. Adventure is out there. That's a good one. Life is too short to wait. A free spirit. Explore, discover. I mean, this is beer, but this all works, I think. The ones that I've read so far. Sorry for that creaking. That's someone walking upstairs. You are my paradise. I mean, that could be great for a beer lover, right? All right, let's just look through this last one and then I'll pick something real quick here. I'm also just kind of letting those dry. Let's see. Yeah, this one isn't as good for that. Let's see. Believe in love. Love's all around. It's a lot of love stuff. And I could say, you make me happy. Beer makes me happy. Whatever. Everybody's got their thing, right? Freedom is a state of mind. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, so these are like background type things. I don't think these are going to go with our thing, with our theme. So I say let's go back to one of these. So I'm going to pick one. Let me see if I have one more thing here. What's on this one? Oh, right. So here's one other thing that we could use. This is a Tim Holtz Ideology. This is an old set, but I still have it. I got it, I think, at Tuesday morning or something. Let's see how big it is compared to the ATC card, because I do have one that says Good Times. And I think that fits pretty well. And this is a raised, it's like a plastic kind of, where'd it go? Good Times right here. Let's just see how big this is. I kind of like this one. It's sticky too already, which is kind of cool. I mean, I would have to put heavier glue on it, but let me cut off that one little piece and then we'll be done here. Okay, here we go. Put these aside for just a minute and let's see. I'm not going to stick it down obviously because, yeah. Okay, good times. And I would probably paint this with a light, you know, maybe gold or, so it could stick off. It could go up like this or down like this. Oh, my other piece is still wet. Hold on a sec. Good times. That could be cool. I like that. Okay, or the other option is hold on, let me get this guy off. He's definitely dry. Let's see how he looks in here. This is pretty cool. We're doing lots of different techniques in here to put it all together. Look at how fun. That's so fun. Come on, that's awesome. I love that it's super thick too. It's like extra foamy and juicy. I don't know if that's the right word for a beer. I don't think you would want a juicy beer necessarily, but okay. Live inspired. All right, here we go. Let's see. See, if we did a different word. I don't know. I think I really like this one, but we need to color it, okay? Let's do that and see how it looks. And then I'll make a decision here. I think I'm just going to use this gold again because, well, let's see. If I, real quick, ooh, I'm going to emboss it. What do you think about that? Let's do that. I'm going to emboss it with gold. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's going to work really well. And it'll be dry right away too, which is important for us at the moment. So I've got the Versamark ink back out here and just going to ink that up. Yeah, I hope this sticks. It should. I haven't used these too much, but it definitely should stick. Okay, let's use the gold. It's a different kind of gold for sure than that. That's more of, yeah, but you'll see this is really pretty. Wait, is this gold? Yeah, it's gold. Okay. The Imagine embossing powder in the metallics are amazing. If you haven't seen them yet, you are in for a treat. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do this a couple times. It doesn't look like it's sticking too much, but it's okay. Let's put that up there and get this powder back in there. Oh, I need a bigger piece of paper. What was I thinking? There we go. I got most of it. I'm going to keep that out. I do want to move this guy out of the way. I really don't want him to get messed up. He's so cool. Okay, so then let's just real quick emboss this. I'm going to keep that open because I have a feeling I'm going to need more than one layer. Okay. Shoot, I don't want to touch it. I wasn't thinking about it being plastic. That's all right. Wow, that curled right up, didn't it? I think we're good too. It got good coverage. You can see that gold is, it's like, it is literally like liquid metal, and the silver is just as amazing. Oh wow, that got all distorted, which I kind of like actually. It looks pretty cool. Okay, let's start to put this guy together. I'm just gonna dab some of the excess off of here. It's getting pretty dry, still kind of wet, but it's partly because it's on that plastic. You know, the embossing powder is plastic, and it just takes longer to dry. Ah, we lost that. Darn it. Okay, that's okay. I think this is a pretty awesome background. We did lose the very background, so I'm a little bit bummed about that. But you can kind of see some of the swirl, but not very much. So maybe next time I might do it a little bit different just to keep that swirl in there. But overall, I'm super pleased with this background. It's very, very beautiful. Now, because of what we're doing, we're sticking plastic to plastic. I have to use Heavy Body Gel. I just don't know anything else that's really gonna tackle this and really hold it in place long term. So Heavy Body Gel it is. It's gonna be tricky because this has got a lot of holes in it, right? But I'm gonna put it all over the back, stick it down, and then I'll take a brush and dab out the excess. Okay, I think that's the best way that I can think of to get this stuck down there permanently, because I don't want it to be coming off, right? Later on. Definitely. Don't want that. Okay. So, I was going to use a brush. We'll use that for cleanup. I think I'm just going to use a palette knife if I can find the right one. Yes, here we go. Excuse me. I just need one quick drink. All right. Here we go. So, yep, I'm not going to care about the in-between and whatever, because there's no way to not get it in between, right? So we just have to deal with that separately, if that makes sense. So I'm just making sure it's good and covered on the back. And I know there's some coming through, and that's okay. And I'm going to put him right here where I want him. Yes, he's so awesome. This is super cool. And it's very gushy and coming through and everything, and it's okay. I'm telling you though, once this dries, that Good Times is not going anywhere. And it will take a while to dry because I put it on really thick. This is too flimsy. I need that smaller one. Yeah, this is perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to clean up in between. Okay. And again, this dries clear, so you're not going to see any of this, right? So don't be worried. I mean, don't be afraid, you know, to use it and let it go through the cracks. It's really easy to clean up, especially for something like this. I mean, there's just no other way. I don't know how else you would get it stuck down and not see any of it. So, but look at how quickly and easily it's cleaning up here. And then we'll just be left with what's behind it. All right. Pretty good. And even if, like I said, even if you see a little bit still, it's okay. It's going to dry clear, and I'm not worried about it at all. Okay. So clean up as best you can. Make sure that top is nice and smooth. There we go. We'll let it dry, and it will be great. All right. I don't need this for the rest. I'm going to use a different kind of glue for that paper. It is still sticking to plastic, but this is paper, so I feel like, and it's not as thick and heavy, so I feel like I can treat it a little differently. Let's see if it's ready. It's still a little bit tacky. I'm going to give this a quick zap with the gun. Okay. Now originally I was going to have this sort of be embedded into that, but I'm not sure how I will do that at this point without potentially wrecking my background, and I really like the way the background is right now, so I'm going to leave it, and I'm just going to let this guy sit on top of that, okay? And I think once it's on, I'm going to put a little bit more gold too, just to make that a little thicker, because I think that will look a little bit better. So I'm going to use the Ultra Bond gel, glue, sorry. And I'm just going to use the lid actually. So I only get, are you going to give me a hard time too? Okay, I need to get better about cleaning the nozzles. Oh, there we go. Of course. There we go. I can put that back actually at the end if I don't use it. So I will use one finger. And I just like to sort of tap it on. Especially when you have something that has all these spaces in between. It feels like it just works a little bit better this way and is going to cause less mess and headache if you do it this way. So, yep, just move it all over. Okay. And then put this guy right here. I think he's going to look awesome right there. If I can get him to stay, I'm just going to use my hand, stick that down a little bit, and hopefully he doesn't stick to my hand. There we go. Oh, he's so cool. I love this. Yeah, I definitely need to redo the gold a little bit on top, but that's easy enough. I can just go over that real quick right now. I'm going to use this to stick this guy down. I can use a brush for this part because it's a pretty solid surface back here. It's a little bit easier to use a brush on that. Okay, so there we go. Nice. This is going to be so cute. I'm glad I kept this insert of it. I mean, I could have gone directly onto the thing, but this just gave me a nice guide, you know, and it fits nicely in between there. Looks very cool. I'm loving that. Okay, I'm going to just put that lid on for now, like that. So now I'm going to get the gold back out and just go back over him too, because he got a little brown in there, and I want it to be nice and clean looking and really gold, that goldy yellow kind of look. So just real quick, I'm going to go back over. And then, oops, he's leaking into the center there. Where's my pick? Here we go. Okay. What I really need is like a Q-tip. I don't have a Q-tip down here. What can I use? Ah, stuck to me. Let's see, I'm gonna use this. I really don't want that gold getting outside of the, I don't know why it did that either. But there we go, all better. Okay, keep going. I probably just put a little too much there. We'll see. This is so cool. What do you think of this project? What would you have made with a mug of beer? Would you have made it into something other than beer? Who would you give this to? Do you have any beer lovers in your life that would like to receive a tag or a card or something made with a mug of beer? So cool. And I found another use for my Amplify product that I love so much. I've used it in a couple different ways. I mean, there's the way that I always knew about and thought of was you know, kind of the like Santa's beard, or get out from in there. Oh, you know, I was thinking of like winter hats, you know, the fluffy part. That always looks nice for that. Just adding that kind of texture there. But then I used it as a background texture, and that was pretty amazing. I really loved the way that worked out. And I've used that a few times actually, because it just looks really cool. And I have a couple videos on that on my YouTube channel you could go check out. And then there we go, all better. Now I'm gonna let it dry, and I think we're all done. I like him. He's pretty simple and fun and very cool. Look at that texture. So there we are. That was day 19. Tomorrow's day 20. We're in the 20s. We'll have 4 days left until Christmas Eve, and I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. Bye.